What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Bookie2988 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet. And this is a love letter for the folks over at Ubisoft, though it is a tough love letter. I've made a lot of friends over there in the last couple of years, and I hate to upset any of them, but it's time that we just level with them and talk about what needs to be said. Because it's been a really rough year for Ubisoft. And I watched their company really tear itself kind of apart. And I've seen PR blunder after PR blunder, and it's kind of killing me. Because a lot of very talented and very awesome people work for that company, and I hate to see them have to endure the ire of the internet because of these mistakes. So we're going to talk about these mistakes. We're going to talk about how to fix it, all right? Now, I made a very similar letter for the folks over at EA about a year ago. And I got told by somebody who works for EA today that it still gets mentioned from time to time as they are working very hard to fix their company and fix their design philosophy to produce games that the consumers want. And I hope that this can serve the same for Ubisoft. I really do. Okay? Because we've seen PR nightmares. We've seen half-baked games. We have seen embargo dates, this new embargo thing. We've actually seen the entire internet join up game developers. We've seen game developers, writers, and gamers alike attack Ubisoft today. It's awful. So, in the last year, you guys have designed a couple of really great games. I really liked Valiant Hearts. I really liked Child of Light. I thought these were very brave entries. And I think it's nice that you guys are doing stuff like that. But when it comes to your AAA titles, you guys are screwing up hard. So let's start off with Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs, which got delayed, which nobody liked, but good thing you delayed it. Because clearly, even when that game was released, it wasn't in a very polished state. I can't imagine how that happened with the delay. Then you look at the E3 trailers. The game did not look anything like those E3 trailers. And that is a PR nightmare. You can't do that. You can't overhype your own game. And of course, that was the beginning of the end. Also, with Watch Dogs, the PC port was not very good. It was certainly better than AC Unity's PC port, but still, it was not very good. And because of that, it caused a lot of frustration amongst PC gamers, and PC gamers are very vocal on the internet. Clearly, we're sitting in front of a PC all day, so we're posting to forums, we're posting to Reddit, and we're going to tear you apart when we feel neglected. Now, I understand that you worry about piracy and things along that lines. I promise you, if you appease the consumer, you'll sell a hell of a lot more games than you will creating half-baked versions for the PC. Simple. Very simple. Then you have all of the PR nightmares surrounding AC Unity. I don't even know how some of these happened. For example, not having female rogues for multiplayer. Well, you know what? You had some pretty legitimate reasons for not having them. But there was a PR blunder as you guys stumbled over the answer. And this is the same thing as having somebody stick their foot in your mouth and say 30 frames per second because it's more cinematic. We're not stupid. We know 30 frames per second isn't more cinematic. We know it doesn't look better. Nobody thinks that. If you're designing it that way and you think that, then you need a new designer. We know 60 frames per second looks better and plays better and feels better. Very simple. We got 240 hertz televisions right now. Okay? I have no clue why you can't target 60 frames per second. If it's because the console won't do it, tell us. If it's because you can't get it coded well enough in time, tell us. Be honest. Be genuine. But at the very least, you need to make sure that the people who are doing your interviews are aware of what they're saying, that they are prepared going into the interview. And if they can't be, have someone else do the interview. That should be really obvious, man. That can't happen anymore because right now you are under incredible scrutiny. And every time you make a mistake, the internet's going to fill in the gap and you're going to get slaughtered. And I just hate seeing it happen to your company. I don't understand why you guys think console parity is a good idea, by the way. I don't know if it's money. I don't know if it's just... I have no clue. But whatever it is, you need to stop doing it. Make each version look the best. You said that the bottleneck was CPU speed. Well, the Xbox One has a better CPU speed. So you should have had more dudes and more AI in the Xbox One version. And you said that the bottleneck for the PlayStation 4, when it comes to Watch Dogs, the bottleneck is the graphics quality. So obviously it should look better on PlayStation 4, which it did. And it should always run better on PC if you take the time to optimize it, considering the variety of rigs that are out there and the higher power quality. You should be designing for each individual format. And if you're not, that's your mistake. If you can't do that for some reason because of cost efficiency, then you should probably target a very medium, awesome level and just say that's how our games are. And yes, you'll lose a lot of PC sales, but at least you'll be honest with the consumer. And finally, what has been considered an anti-consumer, weaponized embargo shit. I can't believe that you guys had an embargo that got lifted 12 hours after the game was available for sale. Now, this isn't the first time that it happened. And I've been assured by somebody over at Ubisoft that it was never the intention to block reviews. And if you look at the reviews, it's setting at I think an 80 at Metacritic. There were not a lot of negative reviews to be had at the end of the day. So I don't know if that was the intention or not, but you need to make sure that your embargo policy is fair and pro-consumer, allowing us to talk about the game 24 or 48 hours before the release of the game so that your consumer goes informed. If you don't, we're always going to supply the answer. If you screw up in an interview, we're going to supply the answer, and we're always going to supply the worst possible answer. You have to know that by now, and if you don't, you need to learn it today. You guys cannot publish a yearly franchise. I know you want to have Call of Duty, okay? I know you want Assassin's Creed to be your Call of Duty. But clearly, Assassin's Creed is a good game that is unfinished and was released in an unoptimized, unfinished state. You cannot do it. Even if you can, it's going to force you to create a formulaic game that we're all sick of. The Assassin's Creed concept, the universe is wide open, and there are a ton of things you can do with it. You can break the formula wide open, but you have to take the time to write that, and you have to take the right time to code it so that it actually runs. And once again, the PC port of AC Unity is absolutely deplorable. Then finally, this leads me to your alternative revenue streams, such as boxes that can only be opened inside of Assassin's Creed Unity by having the mobile app. Are you kidding me? That there is a microtransaction option for credits inside of Assassin's Creed Unity where you can buy a $99 package of coins. This has no place whatsoever in a AAA $60 game. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Me, like most gamers, understand that the $60 price tag that you're locked in at is very difficult to make the profit you need to please your stockholders and to please your company and to make sure you guys are making plenty of money. And you want to explore different alternatives. Well, we've proven that alternative currency options do not work. Do not work in AAA games. You don't want us having an in-game currency. You don't want us buying items that we can otherwise earn in the game. This is something your average gamer will not stand. It works on iOS, okay? It works on your mobile phone. Doesn't work here, not with a $60 price tag. We will endure cosmetic packs. We will endure weapon upgrades, or alternative skins for weapons, alternative skins for the character. We will accept day one season passes if we have to. Those are all ways that we are willing to work with you. Listen to your consumer, listen to when they reject your ideas, and allow us to buy the ones that we want. I believe in your company. I really do. I believe in the beautifully, wonderfully, awesome, talented people that work there, and I believe that you can recover from this. But you're going to have to be really careful for the next year. I think you can get back to creating good games with these good franchises that the consumer wants to buy. But you're going to have to make some changes to get there. All right. As always, thanks for listening, guys. I love you, and I'll talk with you soon.